we can press any key to enter. Part 3, set the cutting method and parameters. We are going to cut a circle with 30 mm diameter and thickness is 5 mm. Let's find the circle first. The lead-in wire setting is 2 mm and the lead-out wire is also 2 mm. Radius size is set to 15 mm. There is a partial size and whole size in the lower left corner. We have to cut a circle and choose its size. If you make a hole in a steel plate, you can choose the hole size. Please press F8 or enter to confirm. Press X, choose the speed and plasma current size. Press Shift N to modify the curve value. In general, the actual curve is about 3 mm and the preset curve is 1.5 mm on the machine. The setting on the machine is half of the actual curve. If the cutting part is 1 mm smaller, please increase the curve value by 0.5 mm. If the cutting part is 1 mm larger, please reduce the curve value by 0.5 mm. Switching mode switching, press Shift M, and then switch to plasma cutting mode. Part 4, starting point selection. Move the back button. There are positioning point, bottom left, bottom right, top left, top right. We move to the bottom left position and then cut a 5 mm steel plate perforated from the middle. Set the perforation time. Set the perforation time. The perforation time setting is by adjusting the piercing delay button on the arc height controller. .3 is 0.3 seconds, and our 5-thick iron plate is set to 0.3 seconds. 1 mm steel plate setting is 0.1 second, 5 mm steel plate setting is 0.5 second. 10 mm steel plate setting is 1 second, 15 mm steel plate setting is 1.5 seconds. Part 6, arc voltage setting. Adjust the preset arc voltage is 130. During the actual cutting process, the arc pressure setting height is about 5 mm clockwise rotation to raise height, counterclockwise rotation to reduce height. Less than 5 mm will be increased, more than 5 mm will be reduced. Part 7, setting the positioning height. Press the IHS test button, the cutting torch starts to draw positioning. After positioning successful, cutting torch rises to setting height. IHS height is higher than 5 mm generally. In order to prevent the slag damage the torch after the perforation of steel plate. So we have a little more than 5 mm. Step 8, start cutting. Press the space, enter the cutting interface, and then press start button to cutting. The cutting torch starts to drop automatically, and it rises to the setting piercing height after positioning, and then starts the arc perforation. The setting piercing time is 1 second. The cutting torch starts to go after piercing completed. The balance height of the automatic cutting is set by the arc pressure setting to finish, and the cutting height of the cutting can be set to 5 mm. You can see that the 30 mm diameter circle has been cut. Next, let's measure the size of the cutting and see if there is any error. If has an error, you can reduce or increase the curve value. After cutting, the interface will show return or initial point. If you need to return, please press Enter. If stay without moving, please press ESC.